Well, I think it's important to note that Reverend Pastor's candidacy supports what I stand for and believe in. When he endorses me, it does not mean that I embrace everything that he stands for and believes in. And I am very proud of Pastor John Hagee's spiritual leadership to thousands of people. I am proud of his commitment to the independence and freedom for the state of Israel. That does not mean I support or endorse or agree with some of the things that Pastor John Hagee may have said, nor positions that they may have taken on other issues. I don't have to agree with everyone who endorses my candidacy. They are supporting my candidacy. I am not endorsing some of their positions. Yes, sir.
Senator, Hillary Clinton put out an ad this morning that says that she's the most qualified potential commander-in-chief to answer the phone in the Oval Office at 3 in the morning.
I believe that as I've said, my knowledge, my experience, my background provides me with the judgment to be commander-in-chief, and I will run on those qualifications and my ability. And I let the American people compare that. I respect Senator Clinton. I respect Senator Obama. I just think I am the more qualified candidate. Well, the polling data that I've seen also is that 43% of the American people believe the surge is succeeding. That's a larger number than those that think that it's failing. I've said on innumerable occasions, and I will continue to say again, I would rather lose a political campaign than lose a war. I believe that more and more Americans are realizing that this surge is succeeding, that American casualties are down, that the Iraqis are succeeding militarily and politically, something that Senator Obama and Senator Clinton said could never happen, and to this day will not acknowledge that is happening, when the facts on the ground clearly indicate that. I think that the American people want our troops home. I want them home. I want them home as badly as anybody in America does, but I want them home with honor. And I think most Americans want them home with honor as well, and I'll be glad and eager to take my case to the American people.
Senator McCain?
In the month of February, I don't know. I'll have to ask my people, but I'll get them back to you. I can assure you it's not nearly the amount that has been registered by Senator Obama and Senator Clinton. We got a ways to go to catch up. I think we've been doing better, but I must admit I give great credit to both Senator Obama and Senator Clinton for doing a very fine job at fundraising. Yes, sir.
Senator, during the debate here, the Democratic debate here in Texas, Senator Clinton mentioned that there is a smart way of securing the border and there's a dumb way of securing the border, and referring to the border wall that's being constructed along the border. What do you have to say to that? What's the smartest way?
You know, I would refer, frankly, to defer to Governor Perry very quickly, but I think it's a combination of walls in urban areas, but there are certain areas such as trackless desert of Texas and Arizona where you can use vehicle barriers, sensors, cameras, UAVs, etc. But I don't think there's any doubt that in populated areas that you have to have walls. So, Governor,
very well said, Senator. I think it's easy to demagogue this issue and say there's a smart way and there's a dumb way, but the fact is, let's talk details, Senator Clinton, and she has failed to do that. We live with it every day here. We are surging in areas along the border with boots on the ground technologies, as you said, sir, working and coordinating with the local, the federal, and the state law enforcement, and that is a process that is working. And I will say that the United States Congress has been an abysmal failure from the standpoint of funding those types of efforts in the 4 border states that are there. And that's the reason, one of the reasons I'm supporting this man for the presidency of the United States. He gets it about border security. He understands that what we're doing in Texas is working. We'd like to duplicate it, where that you have strategic fencing in the urban areas. You listen to the people along the Rio Grande border, for instance, where we see where levees will do the same thing from the standpoint of securing the border from individuals who would like to come in, but also protect against flooding and that type of effort. So this is an individual who understands the specificity of what we're trying to do, rather than just some sound bites of saying, you know, this is a dumb way or this is a smart way.
I just want to, Senator Graham, no meeting goes without hearing from Senator Graham. So, and I mean this seriously, because nobody was more involved in the North American Free Trade Agreement than Senator Graham.
Well, I just want to make a point that I think is being missed here in all this rhetoric about abrogating NAFTA. If we can't compete with Canada, who can we compete with? I mean, are these people proposing we go build a wall around America and hide under a rock somewhere? Are they saying we are totally and absolutely helpless in competing against a small country with the same environmental standards, the same labor standards we have? It seems to me that they're trying to run away from the world and hide from the world. America's got to lead the world. And I think this issue about abrogating NAFTA is an extraordinary issue, and it shows that they don't have faith in our ability to even compete against Canada. And I think that's the major point here, and that's the point I want to make.
And just one additional point. Maybe they're not saying, quote, abrogate. They're saying radically restructure. I think the Canadians would view that as a betrayal of the long years of negotiations and agreement that we came to, and no party envisioned that one party would unilaterally change the terms of any agreement. That's why we negotiate them. Yes, actually, one more. Yes. No, I mean, there may be some changes, but those would be a result of negotiations. I don't see any right now, to be honest with you, but if there is any... No, I don't. But the point is whether, not whether I'm renegotiating a term. The point is whether you want to renegotiate or unilaterally announce that you are going to take certain action, whether the Canadians happen to agree with it or not. That's the problem here, not whether parts need to be negotiated. I thank you all for being here. Senator Hutchison is one of the great Americans that I have ever had the privilege of knowing. I take her instructions daily in the United States, and I'm very proud to have the opportunity. Again, three of the finest people I know in America are standing with me today, and I'm very honored by their friendship and their support and their leadership. Thank you very much.
Sir, good talk. Thank you, sir. Good to see you. Thank you very much.